Echo, what's the weather today?
You could say I'm sort of the boss. I'm an audio dope. These rappers disintegrate. You knuckle that wanting respect. I'm a third street nigga for real. You can bring your whack ass crew. I got connections. I'm sort of the boss. I'm an audio dope. These rappers disintegrate. You knuckle that wanting respect. I'm a third street nigga for real. You could say I'm sort of the boss, so get lost. You could say I'm sort of the boss. I'm an audio dope. These rappers disintegrate. You knuckle that wanting respect. Never in their life put in work on these hard streets. You can bring your whack ass crew. I got connections.
So I'm here at Trinity Park in Fort Worth. Can I answer some of these questions? It's going to be a bit noisy because there's construction going on behind me, and it's a park, so there's going to be a lot of people here. So, first question: what is my favorite Marvel movie? Besides Endgame, I would say Guardians of the Galaxy 2. What type of camera do you wish to be able to own? Well, I've been wanting this Sony a7 III for as long as I can remember, and finally got it. And so I would say the next camera I would want is probably the Canon C200. The camera's a beast, and that's one that I would really like. If you could have any other job besides the one you have now, what would it be? I would probably say soccer coach. I played soccer all my life, and when I started doing design is when I stopped playing. So being a soccer coach is probably something that I would be doing. What are your goals for the next 5 years? For sure, being full-time with World Empowerment and World Weddings, doing it where it sustains us 100%. And aside from professional, I would say to have a healthy marriage with my now fiance, soon to be wife, and to travel more. I think those are the three main ones that we've really kind of touched home with, is our relationship, traveling, and making sure that we make World Empowerment a sustainable business. What is your favorite thing about your career path? I think being paid to travel. I've actually gotten paid twice already to travel, one to Vermont and the other to Phoenix, which we're going in December. So I think the fact that people are paying me money to travel and shoot videos is by far my favorite thing. And also the freedom that it creates. You know, the fact that, you know, I'm able to do my work from home if I choose to, or being able to take off and kind of edit and shoot at my own pace is something that I've really loved about it. What inspires you? Lately, a lot of YouTubers are the ones that have been inspiring me. A lot of people look up to like movie stars and like artists, but lately I've been inspired by YouTubers, namely like Jacob Owens, Brandon Schiffer, Craig Adams, Make Art Now, Josh Yo, Mango Street, you know, just YouTubers who started off like everyone else, you know, the very low end, and was able to build up their following from there. Dream vacation is probably Greece. My fiance went to Greece and showed me pictures and fell in love with it. I really want to go. We want to go for our honeymoon, but you know, she's already been, so we don't know yet. Why you such a beast? Good genetics, probably. If you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be? The cliche answer would be Colorado, but we've been seeing a lot of pictures of Utah, and I have a friend who lives in Utah, and I would probably say Utah. Utah looks pretty cool. Pet peeve? Pet peeve is probably bad grammar. People with bad grammar or just bad, when I see bad grammar, maybe not people with bad grammar, but when I see bad grammar, it's just, I don't know, it irks me for some reason. Guilty pleasure, probably when I like a Cardi B song. I don't know why. I don't like her, but I like her music. It's some of it, not all of it. What's your favorite piece of gear you currently own? My favorite piece of gear is probably my dream camera that I just got, which is the Sony a7 III. But apart from that, I would say that probably my drone. It's really been a game changer for weddings and for traveling. You know, whenever you go to Grand Canyon and you go to Horseshoe Bend and you pull out the drone, or when we went to Bali, I mean, you see a different perspective that you've never, you never would have seen without a drone, you know? So definitely my drone and my Sony a7 III are my two favorite pieces of gear. And what is one you dream of having? I mean, obviously everybody wants to own a red camera. I would probably say, if not for the red camera, I would say a Canon C200. Lately I've just been seeing those things, and for commercial work, they're great. That would probably be one that I would want to have. If someone was thinking about starting their own blog, where should they start? I would say the beginning, because everybody's beginning is different. So for your own blog, I would assume it's travel blog. Just start from where you started and build from there, and just start researching, different people who are in the same realm as you, and kind of pick and steal what they've done. I know it's frowned upon to steal, but I was reading this book called Steal Like an Artist by Austin Klein, I think his last name is, and it's amazing. It's basically telling you to steal from the greats and make it your own, because within the process of stealing, you learn different ways that you could do it and kind of build from there, How do you deal with the stress of work and life? I would say for sure prayer. Praying about it is definitely something that I've learned to do. Staying positive, seeing the positive side of everything, and just being able to step back and do something different, Luckily for me, I have a vast amount of hobbies that I like to do. I don't just like shooting video. I don't just like doing graphic design. I have a lot of different, hobbies and talents that I can kind of venture off into, so those kind of help, where you have different types of hobbies and you're not just a video editor and that's all you know how to do. It enables me to do different things and kind of manage my stress. What has been your best memory in production for One Empowerment so far? My best memory, probably in Vermont. When I went to Vermont, I started out shooting videos on my iPhone and never really thought it would go to anything. And so whenever I was in Vermont, I was talking to everybody there, and they were asking me if I was local, and I would tell them that I'm from Texas, and they were just, taken aback that I was able to travel, you know, to shoot a video, and it just kind of made me realize where I was, and you know, being able to fly out there, shoot the video, and then fly back home was something that I never thought I would ever get to, just because I never really pictured that for myself. So that was kind of a turning point and one of the best memories whenever you know, doing ward empowerment. What is your biggest goal for 2020? I would say my biggest goal for 2020 is just expansion for ward empowerment. I really want to expand into, you know, hiring more editors, or hiring editors really, you know, hiring more people to come on board and shoot with me, and to meet new creatives. I think that's my biggest goal, is to expand my network and meet new people that are in the same realm as me, that shoot video, that do photography, that do interior design, that do architecture, you know, anything that's creative. I definitely want to get into meet new people and learn from them, because I don't want to just be friends with videographers, and I don't want to just be friends with designers, you know. I want to be friends with an array of people who are in the creative field that can inspire me to keep pushing my boundaries and keep pushing myself creatively. What are some habits that you think help improve your life or lives of others? I would say just being positive. I mean, that's the biggest thing that I practice day in and day out, is just staying positive, being positive towards others, even if somebody's having a bad day or something, and it's visible that they're, you know, being rude, or they're being, you know, kind of, you know, standoffish. I always just try to impose positivity towards them, because you don't know what they're going through, you know, and I can't control what they do, but I can definitely control what I do. So I know I can control the way I act towards them, and can't necessarily control how they act towards me. So being in control is always important to me, so I can maintain that positivity throughout. Because if I let other people dictate how I feel, then that's whenever things start getting crazy, you know. And finally, the last question is, what is your favorite meme? And ironically enough, it's an old school meme. His name is Scumbag Steve, and it's from like 2011. And I don't know why, all of these really make me laugh. All of them. And it's just a classic meme. I think all the classic memes are good. Like Good Guy Greg. I can't think of the other guy. His name is Brian or something. Keanu Reeves. All those old memes are so freaking good. And those are where memes really started. If you know memes, you know that's where they started. And then slightly after that is whenever Vine started. And don't even get me started on Vines. All right, so thank you everyone for the questions that you guys asked. They were actually really good questions, and I didn't even want to look at them until I pulled out my phone just now. So thank you again for asking, and if you didn't ask me a question, then your mom's a hoe.